Brendan Gaughan, you scheduled 4 NASCAR Cup Series races this year to cap off a 23-year NASCAR career. 2 races down, 2 to go. You're in the middle of your farewell tour and you catch coronavirus. What do you make of that?
Well, kind of like when I had my children, they happened on off weekends for me, so very convenient if there is such a thing with it. Look, I'm very lucky. I'm fortunate. For me, I have not had any of the big bad symptoms that come with it. The only thing have is I've been stuck in my house for the last week. Me and the puppy, who fortunately is being quiet right now while we're talking, so that's a bonus. And you know, a lot of worse things in life can happen. So I'm blessed. I'm lucky, and I still get to go race in a couple weeks.
So asymptomatic then?
I had a headache. I had like a runny nose for a little bit. I did get some of the body aches that they talk about where your muscles feel really crappy. I did have some of that, but that's it. Other than that, just been sitting at home and like I said, playing with the puppy who's coming to visit and trying not to give it to her and be good. And the kids all stayed away. And so that's kind of the bummer is I miss my kids.
So you've been quarantining how long now?
It's been a week now. So it's been 1 week. I'm probably going to go get tested here pretty soon to see, because they talk about X amount of days with no symptoms, and I'm definitely past that. And I missed the crap out of the kids. So got to get the kids back in here, man. And it definitely is unusual when you're used to having a 9 and 7-year-old tear up the house. It is very unusual to be this quiet this long.
I bet. And then did you even get to celebrate your birthday with them? Because July 10th was when you tested positive, right? Your birthday.
Yes, it was a happy birthday to me. It was my birthday that I got my positive result back. So I have not seen them since my birthday. They were they were up in Utah with friends that we were all supposed to spend it with. So unfortunately for me, I missed it. For them, they all tested negative, so they're good. And they're spending time with their grandparents and doing what they can to stay away from home.
Where were you when you got tested?
In Las Vegas. I was home. I was at work basically, and fortunately my entire office all tested negative, so they went and got their stuff done. But I was doing my little cleaning company and my liquor company, and once again didn't have any big symptom that I was all I needed to get tested. But fortunately for me, my wife is somewhat more of a pain in the butt than I am on certain things, and so she made me go get tested, and it did come back positive.
Because you had some of those symptoms.
I had a headache, and like I said, I mean, it felt like allergies, if you want the truth. I mean, a little sinus headache, a little pressure, and a little post-nasal drip from a runny nose, and that was it. So it wasn't like I had anything that made me say, this has got me spooked out. So I never had any of the bad stuff. Like I said, I'm very fortunate on that side, and I've been sitting here. I do a lot of Lego.
Okay. Your wife tested negative as well, like the kids?
Yep, wife and the kids all tested negative. All my business partners, they tested negative. All the guys at New Wave Cleaning and CLS, they all tested negative. So everybody there is good, and mom and dad, I haven't seen them, so they of course were still good. So just got to make sure I stay away from them still.
Have they been playing it pretty safe during coronavirus?
No, Michael Gaughan is more like a General Patton. He leads from the front. He's at work every day with the employees at the South Point, and he's there, showing that we have an environment that we feel that we're taking as much care of anything else as we can for employees and customers. And he's the style that leads from the front. So he's right there every day going to work, eating in the coffee shop with his usual people. And he is an amazing man, that guy. And this beard is just for him. So Dad, when you see it, I love you.
Okay, because to make it clear, he has said no employees can have facial hair.
Well, he had one back in the 70s, a very famous mustache, if you want the truth, and got called out on it when he didn't allow employees. So he has not had facial hair since the 1970s, and none of our employees are. And so I say, one, I'm not an employee, and two, I'm quarantined. So what are you going to do? The only bad thing is I look really old with all this gray in it now. First time I've grown it in a long time, and yeah, I definitely know why I keep it shaven now.
I disagree. I don't think you look 45. That's what you turned, right?
Look, 54 is what I look like, but yeah, 45 is what I turned, and all this gray is from 2 kids. It all started from them.
9 and 7. How do you think that you got it?
Oh, I mean, they say how contagious it is, and I don't know. I mean, I'm really lucky. My kids didn't get it because I was right there with them all the way leading to the test. My guys in my office, we were at lunch every day and with each other. So, it pretty dumbfounded that they didn't get it. Really glad they didn't. But I don't know. I mean, I do the right things when we go out. We all wear our masks like we've been asked to. We work around a lot of people, a lot of places, a lot of things. And this is a very, easy to garner virus right now. It's very, a coronavirus is a very simple virus that's been around a very long time. And it's what the common cold is a corona. So we all know how easy it is to catch, things that are like this. And I got it. And it's, like I said, I'm very fortunate and I'm okay. And come out of this and get back to work. I'm ready to get back to work.
Well, in the field of NASCAR drivers, it's you and Jimmy Johnson. So I'm thinking, was he hanging out with Jimmy?
No, I haven't been with Jimmy in a long time. Jimmy was up in Colorado, I think, when he got his from his wife, they think from a horse show. And so Jimmy and I haven't been together, but he was full asymptomatic. He didn't even know, except he got tested because his wife was positive. So fortunately for me, asymptomatic in the respect of the bad things. And I just don't have the I guess maybe I wanted a little bit of a week vacation first. I didn't feel like going to get tested the next day. Give it a couple days. No, let me just have a little me time. Me time is definitely boring now. I'm ready for no more me time.
Okay, so you got 2 races left. Will you tell me about them?
Yeah, we got Daytona road course, or not road course. I wish. We have the regular Daytona race, and we have the Talladega race at the end of the year for the Beard Oil team. So we're looking forward to those 2 races. We've had a great Daytona 500 this year, and then driver got a little lazy on a restart at Talladega and didn't have the finish we should have. So kind of bummed about that, but still got 2 more races left for it. So the Beard family is great to me. It's their race car, and we just have the 1 race car. We go race 4 races a year, and this is going to be my last year of racing those 4 races. But I'm still looking forward to doing it. And fortunately for me, I got this at the right time where it fell in between, so I should be clear to go by the time Daytona rolls around.
Are you starting to feel nostalgic?
Nah, I didn't know I'd have these years anyway. For me, I retired in 2017 from full-time racing, and I never knew I'd have this opportunity with the Beard family. So for me, the nostalgia was going through 17 and, saying, man, I can't, this has been a great run. And then everything else has just been bonus. It's just gravy. I'm just really lucky to meet the Beard family at the right time. We've had great races. We've been in the top 10. We've led laps, and this little bitty team from Mount Pleasant, Michigan that, we have 1 race car and 1 employee. That's no joke. It's 1 race car and 1 employee. So, I mean, what we do is so unheard of in the sport of NASCAR today. So it's not really a nostalgia as much as it is, hey, look at what we can do, big boys. We're showing up with nothing and competing with you. So it's fun to do.
Well, those big boys might be glad to have you out then.
Well, I don't know if anybody's really afraid of me, but they do know when I show up now. They do know the 62. They do know we have a good Chevrolet race car, and that's what's really nice. We go there, and it's not me the first couple races with them begging to remind them that I have a good race car, trying to lobby to say, hey, we're good guys. Now they look out and say, hey, don't forget, at the end of the race, we'll still work together. I'm like, yeah. They come find us now.
On a more serious note, after 23 years in NASCAR, this is the year that NASCAR has decided to ban Confederate flags at their events. What did you think of that move?
They did that 5 years ago. They didn't explicitly ban it. NASCAR, did a buyback program where if you brought one, they'd give you an American flag. They've been trying to distance from that flag for many, many years. It was never one that was truly affiliated with NASCAR. Just a lot of the fans, a lot of the races are in the South, and that's where that flag, of course, was prevalent. So NASCAR tried 5 years ago to do something, and they didn't get a lot of press for it back then. But I applaud them then for what they did. And now, I mean, it's difficult. There's so many political things going on in the world, and NASCAR is just kind of stuck in the middle of it. But they've done a decent move, and especially if you understand the history of certain things. And I'm a history buff, and I have a different background than many of the other NASCAR drivers out there. So I know my history probably better than some, and I knew the true history before I ever even got to NASCAR. So for me, it was never anything that affected my life. It still won't affect my life, and it never will affect my life because it's not anything that's ever been near me.
Well, tell me about the historical perspective you have on it.
Well, I'm not going to get into a history lesson today. I'm not here to teach history, but you know, where it came from, and you know, the battle flag in the Northern Virginia Army is, you know, become something else in itself. So the history of it has a lot of negative connotation to it, and that is exactly what it was built for. And there's no need to have it. There's no need for it to be at a place like that. And NASCAR is better than that, and they've proven that week in and week out.
Do you think it's going to stick this time?
Well, it's not a stick or not. Last time it was a voluntary program, which gained a lot of traction. A lot of people did turn flags in and get American flags for it. This time it's not voluntary. This time it is mandatory. And as with anything else mandatory, people are always going to fight it no matter what, because as soon as you make something, you know, not optional, there are people that will dislike that fact. As the great President Lincoln stole a line once, you can make all the people happy some of the time and some of the people happy all the time, but you can never make all the people happy all the time.
Last thing, what's your focus going to be in retirement? I mean, I know you have the moonshine business. You also working with VSiN. You have your Gaughan Racing show, so you got a lot going on.
Well, retirement was kind of a misnomer for me. I think I screwed it up more than anybody else. But you know, I have my cleaning and disinfecting company, New Wave Cleaning. That's been the busy one right now. We have all the disinfectants and sanitizers and the electrostatic machines. We sell those all around Las Vegas. We do it to a lot of the casinos. And we have, of course, the liquor company, which right now the liquor company is struggling because when bars and liquor stores are closed, that doesn't bode well for a budding liquor company. But you know what? That's okay. We're still working through it just like everybody else is in town. And we're just happy that at least the casinos are open, the town is open a little bit, and we can try to keep, you know, some sort of normalcy and some money in people's pockets, which is what's important to us, is the people, not so much as ourselves. We'll be okay.
And then Gaughan Racing on VSiN. As far as tomorrow's race at Texas Motor Speedway, any tips, any picks?
Well, yeah, you know, as we're doing this, the Xfinity race is on, and Kyle Busch was just running away with it when I turned around to talk to you. So I see I've been fading Kyle on the Cup side because Kyle has not been as strong as of late. And I still am fading him until he can show me in the Cup Series that my money's staying off him. Right now, I'm riding the hot hands. You got Eric Jones that I think is going to do extremely well this weekend, but it's very hard to pass up a Kevin Harvick or a Denny Hamlin. They are absolutely on fire right now, and it's very hard if you're a bettor to keep money off of them.
Do you like any of the prop bets? I see a lot of unique options.
Listen, prop bets are fun. I mean, look at the Super Bowl. I mean, we worked Super Bowl Sunday. Back in the old days, you bet winner, loser, total, and that was it. Now, the bets that people come up with are amazing, and they love it for NASCAR. I mean, the winner of the race will have a number over 17 or under 17. The winner will be even or odd. You know, is it Ford, Chevy, or Toyota? Is it going to be a Penske group, a Joe Gibbs? So the props are what make our sport fun, and the group matchups are what make our sport fun now, because you can make a four-man horse race out of it, or a head-to-head horse race. That is what makes betting on NASCAR more fun than the old school, hey, 43-man race, pick the winner, and there's only one guy that wins.
Cool. Brendan, thank you so much for your time.
Anytime. Thank you.
Get better.
Yes, ma'am.